Showtime.
It's the Andrew Christopher Show.
Now we're live.
Are we?
Yes.
Who wrote this?
I did.
Did you really?
Of course.
You do that?
You think I would outsource a song on a musician's podcast?
I would have. In fact, I might get you to do mine.
Does that mean you don't think it's very good?
No, it's very good. That's why. Although, I like a little undertone of some banjo.
Oh yeah, you're a big banjo guy, eh?
Didn't used to be.
What's let's see.
It's the AC show with AC, your host. Check it out.
Did you just say hose?
That's what Jamie thought at first too,
Okay, we need some clarification there.
but it was host.
Oh, that's better.
It's the AC show with AC, your host.
Oh, see, that's much better because, yeah, the other one wouldn't be as.
Although for the viewers on YouTube, it might be nice to have some ladies in the background.
This is a family show. You've had my granddaughter on here,
That's true.
so let's keep it clean.
I guess we should start. My father-in-law,
Hi.
Jay Braithwaite, is our guest this week,
I feel so honored.
right?
Yeah.
But you said you have not yet watched or listened to an episode.
I thought it was a little bit more complicated to find it, but now that I can just go to YouTube and it's all there, I apologize.
Yeah.
It's
It's okay because this is episode 9, so you got some catching up to do.
How long are they? How long am I going to be here for?
You're gonna be here like an hour.
Oh.
It goes by quicker than you think.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
And you said you don't teach till 3:30.
Yep, lots of time.
Jay teaches yoga.
Yep.
Specifically hot yoga.
Right.
Right. Do you teach other classes or is it the
Just
Bikram series?
just the Bikram series. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not really qualified to teach anything else.
No.
No.
So
I stick with what I know.
yeah, there you go.
This and podcasts.
And now that you're into it.
Yeah,
And an
yeah.
aspiring late blooming actor.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was something early on in your life too that you were doing a bit of.
I did, yeah. I when I was young and in even in as far back as elementary school, I liked to perform.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably a lot of it as being the fourth child in a family, I was probably just looking for attention.
Yeah.
And
I
it worked
see.
out okay. Yeah. But
Three brothers, right?
3 older brothers. Yeah.
And I had 3 older sisters.
Wow.
So
So we've got that.
yeah, we got
But
that
different.
to cover.
Same but different. Yeah, exactly. But how come I didn't get a hot drink?
Well, you brought in your nice fancy yoga bottle.
Oh, I see.
And I got myself some lemon and ginger tea.
I'm just gonna have water. I'm gonna try fasting today.
Yeah.
I've never done it before.
Is that just because you missed breakfast and now you have to go to work, so you're fasting?
Maybe. No, actually, I've been reading about it. I'm gonna try it just for today. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
You're lucky you got me now, because later on I could be a little bit cranky.
Yeah, you're gonna be hangry, like one of those O. Henry commercials.
Right.
Or Snickers.
I
is
could
it?
I could
think
turn
it's
into
Snickers. Danny DeVito, wasn't it?
no the other guy, the Home Alone guy. What's his name?
Macaulay
The Italian
Culkin.
guy. No.
What? Oh, Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm terrible with names too. I can't believe I rattled off those 3 right away. So I'll have to explain this to you.
Yeah.
Because you haven't watched an episode.
Right.
I'm wondering if maybe you saw this clip. I had Jamie and the girls come in to record another song with me.
I didn't.
You didn't hear this
I
one?
think I saw Jaden though.
Anyway, okay, so listen to this.
Okay.
And this is a segment that I like to call
Family time, family time. Ooh, 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 it's family time.
Wow.
It's family time.
Wow.
Yeah.
right?
The little one really put her 100% into that.
She was all over the mic.
No
She was
surprises
getting real
there.
Close.
Yeah. Well, good for her.
There you go. So it's family time.
Yes. So this is kind of like family time.
It is. A lot
Right.
of this is going to be about family. So I just
Yeah.
thought I'd play
Okay.
the song anyways.
Yeah. Good. That made me smile.
Because you hadn't heard it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You don't really pay attention to much that I do, hey?
I do. I liked. I just don't remember much of it. No, I do.
You're
no,
busy. You're a busy guy.
Well, we could talk about that for just a second because I remember the first time that I met you was at our kitchen counter at home. And then I think that following weekend you were playing something in Vancouver.
And you guys came out. I think it was
We
called
did,
Joe's
yeah.
apartment.
I don't know.
Yeah. No,
So
not
anyway, and at that point, I don't know whether I just didn't pay attention or I wasn't given all the information. I didn't realize that you were actually a musician at that point and could actually sing. I remember wandering in there and being feeling very tall. There was a lot of short people there that night, but not this. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's just the crowd. Anyway,
We had a lot of short fans. That was our demographic.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, we
Well,
wrote a lot
which
of
is fine.
tunes about being little and fitting in.
Good. Okay. Well, so anyway, I was surprised because then you came out and you were into like your rap stage. Then it was a big rap night.
It was like
I'm not a rap
I would
fan,
say
but it was
rap
good.
rock. Like it was
Well,
electric
sure.
guitars.
Oh
And
yeah. No,
distortion
no.
and
It wasn't. It
drums.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't all.
But it wasn't as much singing as I do now. I could see how you.
Yeah.
you
Yeah. No.
did
It was,
that.
and I remember standing there going, "Holy, can I? No, I better not. Holy cow! That.
Oh yeah, you can swear.
Can you? Okay. I'll save it for later.
Yeah.
So if I start now, then I've got nowhere to go. I remember thinking, "Holy shit! Yeah, wow! This was like full on. This is a real thing," because it was a fundraiser, I think,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Maybe.
So yeah, I think it was. Like,
And you guys were the real deal, and I was like, you had a band, and it was. So I remember that part of it, being amazed that because it was my own preconceived idea of what I was gonna expect, and it wasn't that at all. So no, it was good. Yeah.
that just was one thing I wanted to ask was your first impression of me and
When you were
or
standing at the
first impressions.
when
the
you were
kitchen counter,
standing
I
at the
guess.
kitchen, you're pretty quiet.
I was probably.
I
Pretty
think you
nervous.
just grunted my name, and then that was the end of it.
Yeah.
And that was.
I'm usually pretty rude.
Shyness comes off as rudeness.
I guess,
at
yeah.
times, and I So I can, and I'm so intimidating, so I can imagine why you felt that way.
It was. It was your bald head and very fit looking yogi.
Yeah, I could see how I'd be shitting my pants too.
So that show was Pardon My Striptease.
Right.
And it
That
was
was it.
It was a fundraiser. It was our first show together in quite a while
Right.
because Lily was in the hospital. We
Yes.
were going through a lot of that.
Right.
And so we did a fundraiser for the hospital.
Right.
Where Jaden, your granddaughter, my stepdaughter now,
Yeah.
she was going through treatment as well.
Right.
And I don't know if the people can see this, but they're outside the window right now.
Oh.
So I know some of you are just listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, but on YouTube, you might be able to catch a glimpse of the girls outside who I asked politely to stay upstairs and watch a movie.
Stay inside with the dog.
But we'll see.
I brought our dog over.
Yeah, what kind
babies.
of... It's a doodle.
She's a golden doodle.
Golden doodle.
Yeah,
I knew it was some kind of doodle.
Yeah, she's I don't know what she's. Yeah, she's a golden. Oh, look at that. She's peed in your yard.
And if she jumps over the fence and runs away, then Jay might have to take off for a
Yeah,
minute
I'll
here.
have to run.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Good job.
just trying to motion them back
Yeah.
in the house,
Yeah.
upstairs, watch a movie. Anyway,
Yeah. So those were.
those were your first impressions.
Yeah. No, I was.
You saw the quiet, shy guy, and then you saw me on stage
and
a
then,
bit
and
more.
then, well, which one is it? I didn't know
Yeah.
who you were at that point,
Yeah,
and then it took me another 6 or 9 months to figure out which one it was. Sort of a blend between the two.
it was.
You're
yeah.
quiet and reserved. You sit back and you observe, and then you notice.
Yeah, that's.
You observe.
I can definitely speak to that, especially with your daughter Jamie in some of our arguments where I sit back and observe her
Just take it in.
laying into me, and I'm
well,
like, oh, what do I?
yeah.
what do I
No,
do?
sometimes
What do I
it's
do?
best just to sit back and watch.
Yeah, observe,
Yeah.
take it in,
Yeah. No, I
come back with a well
Yeah.
thought out plan.
and that
I'm
usually
sorry.
that won't work sometimes.
No,
as well. But just knowing that going in, it's you're halfway. You're halfway there.
Did you hear about your daughter's latest run-in with the law?
Yeah. She mentioned it to me last night and she said she had a very valid excuse for declining the call, and even got a message: "Do not decline my call," from her good friend Kim.
Yeah, I still stuck her with it.
Yeah, but I think if she goes to court with that one, that she
throw
might
it
be able to. Yeah. So wear something.
It was kind of one of these being on your phone while driving.
Yeah.
It sounds like he was being a bit of a dick, but
But the rest of the information is there.
it's tough. Yeah,
Yeah. It's like that picture of
she had a tough day.
Prince Harry with just his hand. It looked like he was flipping somebody off, but when they turned from the other angle, he was helping somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember the rest of it. But yeah, no, you got to see the whole picture. So, Jamie, there was more to the story. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, she'll probably be pretty mad because
Yeah.
she's pretty upset that.
Yeah, no,
it
she
happened.
seemed upset, but
Yeah.
No, yeah. I got one once too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
yeah,
I was parked at a light.
yeah.
and I shouldn't have been. But anyway,
I think I got a warning once. Now that you say that, I was at a light, and I think he tapped on my window and said, "Hey, I know you're at a light. Put it away. Don't let me see you do it again." Kind of thing. Yeah.
my guy tapped on the light on the window and scared the shit out of me.
I bet.
I was so focused on the stupid phone.
Because those
Anyway.
commercials are right. They're like,
Yeah,
"You don't
yeah.
think we can see you?"
Yeah,
but
no,
we can.
this was a couple of years ago. I paid the $400 and
Yeah, is that what I'm looking at? $400 times two.
times two. Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
Oh man.
So maybe that'll leave it in your purse, Jamie.
Yeah, I know that would be nice. And our freaking data bill's been off the charts too. That's like how much data do you use on your phone?
I don't know.
Probably like none.
I never go over.
No.
But
And we've got a ton of data, and
Yeah.
we still go over.
Well,
And it's like 80% Jamie. Like I look
we
at
get.
the numbers.
You know what? We get
We get hosed anyways.
hosed in Canada.
So in the States, it's like
It's
do
it's
whatever
free.
you want.
Yeah. They pay you to go on Facebook.
Yeah, I guess because they want all that advertising and collect the information on you. And
Right.
they've got a bigger plan.
Exactly. For the Russians, the Russians need to know all that stuff.
So let's talk a bit about then. You said you grew up with 3 older brothers.
3 older brothers. Yep.
What's the age gaps there?
6 years is the next one.
Yeah.
And then I think they're all like 2 years
couple
apart
years
or something
apart.
apart like that. Yeah. And one of my brothers just turned 70.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just for the record, it's something we have to do. What's your number?
Of what?
Age.
I have to do that?
Yeah.
Really?
It's a YouTube thing.
I'm over 18.
It's like I didn't sign a contract. We're
Yeah,
not
by
doing
the
that.
way,
okay,
where's
but
my
no, we
contract?
can do this. 70 minus 2, 68 minus 2, 66 minus 2, 64. Oh no, that was too many. 66, and then you're 6 years younger. You might be coming up on a big birthday here soon, or did it pass?
No, not yet. No, I was born in 1960.
All right. Oh, there you go.
See?
So soon. What are we doing? Are we going to Mexico? Go to Vegas? Yeah, you don't need to do that kind of
No,
stuff.
I'll probably just stay home that night
Yeah.
because that's the perfect night for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess when
Wheels
you're getting
up.
up to teach class at 6 in the morning.
Well, it's my routine. I just I got nothing. There's nothing on at night to watch on TV, and I'm too tired to read a book, so it's my night.
I always thought I was gonna be, late night guy all the time, but I can see it now, even just at 30. Now it's like my night's off, and okay, 10 o'clock, I'm ready for bed.
It's the perfect evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10.
It's.
I get up to pee at 10 for the first time. You guys will understand that later on.
Yes, I'm sure. So where did you and your brothers grow up?
I grew up in Kamloops.
Kamloops.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We, Kamloops, and then it's a great place to grow up. There's lots of, it's a good,
Outdoorsy.
yeah, it's
too,
very
right?
outdoorsy. Yeah, you've got lakes, you've got mountains. The skiing was great. The summers were great. Shuswap Lake. I had a pretty good little childhood there.
Yeah.
The worst part of growing up in Kamloops is probably that chemical spewing pulp mill that was disgusting back when I grew up, because it was down near the river and in the valley, and it just stunk. And you get that smell in your head. Even now, I'm sensitive to it. Yeah.
Is it still going there, this mill?
Yeah, but
they moved it.
They moved the stink up the hill, so it blows away. So I guess it's not as bad. But I haven't spent any time there in 35 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I left there in 1982, and really haven't. I've just gone back to visit and spent just a handful of nights there since then.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
That's all right.
yeah.
And so as a kid, you said you were into performing. Was this?
Yeah, no, I always was into drama at school, and
Yeah.
all throughout the last couple of years of elementary school, all through junior high school, and into high school, and I had great dreams of becoming a professional actor at an early age. But I met Sandy relatively young.
Sandy, your wife.
is your mother-in-law.
My mother-in-law.
Yeah, and then she became pregnant quite soon after we got married, and kids are needy. Hey, they need food and water and lodging on a regular basis. So starving actor and young father, not so
Didn't
much
mix.
probably. Yeah. So no. So that kind of put that all on hold. So I ended up not doing that. But now that I've got with the yoga studio that kind of runs itself, and with Sandy there, we got time, so now I can sneak out of there and get to auditions and
Yeah, because you head into Vancouver.
head into
and
Vancouver.
That's
Yeah,
where most
that's where all the action is. Yeah,
everything's going on.
yeah. So
And you've got yourself an agent, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a good little agent that looks after me and sends me out. It's last minute stuff. Like you
Yeah,
always
yeah.
get, you'll get a call today that you need to be there tomorrow morning at 9:00. In fact, I've had some where I got an email when I woke up that came in sometime in the middle of the night, and yeah, you need to be there at 10:00. So it's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Because Jamie thought that it would be good for the kids too, but the problem is that
It's tough, the last minute stuff.
the last minute stuff. You got to drag the kid out of school and get them down there. I'm sure that they both be well. Jaden did a couple of little short films. Haven, I was probably be the big performer. And you can probably tell by the opening soundtrack there that with the family thing.
Family time.
Yeah. But that's the difficulty in it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But you enjoy it.
I do. Yeah,
And you've had
I
some
love it.
kind of cool
Yeah.
roles and
Yeah,
stuff.
I've done a couple of TV series, but mostly lots of student films.
Yeah.
Really, I'm just gaining experience at this point.
Yeah.
And I'll hit the ground. A couple of years ago, and that's when it's really going to get going.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you've got a good look for it. Like it's
Yeah. Well, thank
like
you.
I feel like some people just look like they could be actors or they could be in a movie.
No, thank
I
you.
think you've got that.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you qualified to make that statement?
I think so.
Okay, good. All right. Well, that makes me
I
feel
know a
good.
good-looking man when I see one.
Is it the hair? I know I've got it. It's freezing in here. That's why I got to keep my hat on because it's cold. down
Wait,
here.
I
You're not
put the heat up a
You're
little
not
bit.
allowed to have heat down here.
No, not unless Gamma's in the bed.
Well, then it's got to be high. Yeah, exactly.
So I wanted to ask you, so I grew up with 3 older sisters.
Right.
You grew up with 3 older brothers.
Yes.
What was the worst part of having 3 older brothers? Did you
I don't
get
know.
beat up a lot?
By them?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No,
That's
they kind of. I think they protected me.
I guess if it was, 6 years is,
Yeah.
because that would be like Jaden beating up on Haven.
Yeah.
And that doesn't
yeah.
really happen.
No.
It's a
no.
big enough gap. So
Yeah.
they did. They had your back.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
cool.
They did it, and
Was there
because-
anything kind of frustrating or?
No, not really.
I
No,
think-
it was pretty uneventful.
Yeah,
I
that was
think
a
back-
terrible question, to be
Yeah.
honest.
No, it's okay.
Sorry about
I
that.
mean, no, it's not. It's fine. It's legitimate because they were gone. Because if you think 8, 10 years older than me,
Yeah.
by the time I was 10, one of them, 2 of them were gone and out of the house.
Yeah, by the time you're doing anything of
Yeah,
significance
yeah.
or relevance, it's
So
like high school and stuff, it was-
yeah. They were. I mean, they were all out of the house at that
Yeah.
point. So it was just me, and my parents divorced when I was 15. So it was it was me and my mom.
Yeah, that's pretty similar too. Mine was more like 12 or 13, but
Yeah.
then it was just me and my mom once
Yeah,
my older sisters left.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they're closer in age to you, though, no?
Yeah,
What is
they're,
it? What
so
is the
they're
difference?
like Lisa's, I think 3 years, and then it's 2 years, 2 years.
Okay.
So yeah,
7
something like
years.
that.
Yeah, okay, something like that. Yeah, you might want to write that down just so you know exactly.
Well, I have trouble with birthdays and stuff. How are you with that kind of thing? When's Taylor's birthday? Your son?
January
Taylor.
26th.
Is it? There you go. That's pretty-
January 26th. Yes.
Yeah. And Sandy's?
May 13th.
Jamie?
October 8th.
Yeah. Okay. So I can tell you, you're.
That's as
already
far
better.
as I go.
It would take me. I would have to think about it. I could get my sisters because it's a weird thing. It goes 21, 22, 23, 24th of different months. But at least I've got that, and I know I'm the 24th.
Yeah.
So, and I know Carolyn is in December, but she's the furthest away from Christmas because it's not that bad.
Right.
So I think she's December 21st.
Okay.
And then Michelle is February.
Mhm.
And then I get lost.
Yeah. Didn't you probably just do all this? Didn't you have like a family thing?
I did go through it, but I didn't go through like
But you didn't write it down.
birthdays and lineage, all that stuff.
Oh, I see.
I
I didn't
just kind of did an overview.
I must have missed that episode.
Yeah, you've got some catching up to do.
I
You
did,
got about
and it
8
will-
hours, 8 or 9 hours to catch up
Okay.
on.
Well, I'll get started on it right away.
I should have made you do that before having you on, but it's not like I need to ask you anything. About
Well, I
that.
asked earlier on if I needed to do any homework.
Yeah, that's true. I said we're just gonna
Yeah.
shoot the shit.
Yeah. Well, and which is fine.
I know.
Yeah. It's better.
We're
I don't like to do anything
Not too planned. Yeah.
Yeah, no, off the cuff is much better.
Right.
I think it's more organic.
Yeah. So what's been your favorite acting gig so far that you've gotten into the last couple of years, like since you've got back into it? What's been the most fun one to work on? Or even kind of even the environment to be around?
Well, I did one that was really a lot of fun, and it was turned out very well. Most of them, and I hate to say this, but most of the student films are crap. And
Do you want to give any names?
No, no, it's probably best that I don't.
Well, and that's what.
But
it's student films, right?
but
they're there to learn too.
they're learning exactly, and that's just it. So, but this one was in particular was a lot of fun, and it was I'll tell you because it was a good one. It was fun. It was at Vancouver Film School, and it's really funny. And the director, a little young Korean girl, who. Here I'm gonna use I saved my swear for now. I think the first word that she ever learned was fuck, and all her broken English, fuck came out clear as a bell. And she just had no filter, and she's super honest. And she would look at you, and she with a big smile on her face. Well, that was terrible. Can you fix that? Whereas most of them are so reluctant to say anything, good, bad, or indifferent, that they just sort of go and hide in the corner and go with whatever it was. So her honesty was awesome, and she did.
Yeah.
This young lady has got a great career, and I think she might have to tone down and filter up a little bit.
Yeah.
But other than that, she's wonderful. I really enjoyed it, and what she created was great. It was really, really funny, and it was the first time I got to do a character. I just had a small little part in it. I was some wacky old guy that needed to. I was talking to a city councilor, and I think my line was something to the effect of, I was trying to get her to reintroduce the penny.
Yeah.
Which is so stupid. Pennies. I mean, I don't even like to deal with anything less than a quarter anymore, so I'm ready for the nickels and the dimes to go. But anyway, I wanted to reintroduce the penny as a just a source of creating some national pride in ourselves in our community, and the idea would be put William Shatner on it because how much more Canadian can you get?
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, it was a fun little thing, and it was a short little, but it was good, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, everybody's learning, so let's just leave it.
And I think that's cool that you can be involved in those, and because I'm sure there's, you can even help, not necessarily in the filmmaking or the acting, but just in like life experience. It's probably nice to have a guy like you around, and you can kind of.
I'm always the oldest guy there. It seems.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm there for the experience and the fun of it all, and
yeah.
I just. It's never you're never too old to learn something new.
Well, especially acting because they need 80-year-old actors too in movies, right?
80?
Well, once you get there, I'm saying that. So by then you could be winning.
I could pass as an 80-year-old.
Academy Award or something.
Passing as an 80-year-old.
No.
Yeah.
Well, they could dress you up.
Well,
Didn't you have one where you put on the big judge's wig?
Yeah, that was kind of silly. That one. Yeah. No, it was a yeah.
I'll try and find a picture of that one.
Yeah,
so
don't.
We can post it up.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, we will.
I had a mustache. Had a really cool mustache in this one.
Yeah.
I've never had a mustache except when I was in high school. When I shouldn't have had a mustache.
We'll try and find a picture of that too.
I don't think there are any pictures
viewers.
left. No, I had that really bad, just very soft. I think Jamie used to refer to it as the pubic stash because it was very soft and it wasn't even very dark and it was a bad look overall.
So it is something that I do for the YouTube viewers. Now that I have you here, I can tell you this. Afterwards, I try and go back and find some funny pictures of my guests.
I didn't remember.
Pop them in like pop-up video kind of thing.
Oh, I see. I don't remember approving that. I thought
it's in the contract.
Which I
You verbally agreed.
I did. Yeah, I sure did.
In the fine print.
Yeah, no, this could have some lifelong ramifications. So let's just keep going.
Another topic, pretty much the only thing I really wanted to talk about was your days at Club Med.
Oh,
because first of all, Club Med, it's just like it's a resort.
Yeah, yeah.
And where was it? Mexico?
No, I never went to Mexico. Club Med, for those who don't know, it was their tagline was the antidote antidote for civilization. And it was started back in the 50s by some French hippies who just wanted to escape reality. And it was really, really simple in its form that they had entertainment. There was no cash. Taking
It was an
transactions. It was
all-inclusive
all
thing? You just paid and then you went?
Yeah,
Or-
kind of, sort of. But it was basically, I think it was the original all-inclusive type place. But there was no phones in the rooms. There was no contact with the outside world. So it was just anyway. So it
Anything
really
goes.
yeah, exactly. I don't think we can talk about
International
all of that. Yeah,
waters.
exactly.
This is the great thing. Think of this as like Howard Stern. We can talk about anything you
Okay.
want
All right. Okay. Anyway,
that
so
your wife already knows about.
right. Okay. So anyway, that's what it was, and it was
Yeah.
great, and lots of all of the other ones like Sandals and all of those others are
Yeah,
sort
yeah,
of
yeah.
spawns from that, and it's kind of lost its. I think it's lost its luster for the last. Probably
It's still
20
around.
years.
though.
It's still around, yeah. It's kind of smaller in its original form. It was, it was a private, family-owned thing, and they had at one point, I think, over 100 different resorts throughout the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I left small town of Kamloops and went to the Bahamas, and that's where
Bahamas.
that's where I started it all. And I was a water ski instructor, which was
That's pretty cool.
a pretty good little gig
Yeah.
for a 21-year-old guy with still had a full head of hair.
Picture coming up.
Yeah. And, I taught water skiing by day, and then I could do some entertaining by night. And I worked in the little production because we did it all.
So it was like a cast and a crew, kind of like.
Yeah. I taught
Like
water
the
skiing,
Disney
but,
cast,
but I
like
was, I took my, put some clothes on at the end of the day after taking off my water ski wear. And, I worked and did shows at night, and, we hung out with that was part of our thing. It was right in our contract. In fact, you had to
Have to socialize.
entertain the guests, and you met a lot of guests from a lot of different places, and it was a lot of fun. I met some amazing people.
Yeah.
I met my wife there,
That's right. So
and I met some other people that I'm still friends with. This is 35 years ago.
it's an amazing thing because I guess when you go on vacation or to a place like this, you're in a good mood. So it's
Yeah.
easy to meet people and get
Yeah.
along and have
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah.
Because I've met a lot of my good friends through vacations
Sure.
or whatever.
Yeah.
People you
Well,
just
yeah, you-
start talking to and then you stay in touch. And,
Exactly. I think that's the key there is that when you're on vacation, you don't have any of life's nonsense.
Yeah.
That's
you can
burying
actually
you.
connect with people.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, exactly. And you share some good, and there's always, of course, there's alcohol involved,
yeah.
so which helps, I guess.
Yeah. So how long were you down? Like, would you go for a couple months contract?
Yeah,
and then
you
come
did
home, or?
6 months contract. So I was in the Bahamas for. I was there for 8 months, my first time, because I went originally just to try out for it. They had to see that you had what it took to be a gentil organisateur, GO as they're called.
Oh yeah.
You have the gentil membres, French. My French is terrible.
Yeah.
Which is kind of held
Sounds
me
good to
back.
me.
But anyway, you had a GO and a GM. Anyway, that I was there, but they didn't have a resort for me, so I ended up staying in the Bahamas for an extra couple of months, and then they moved me to Haiti. And back in that time, it was a wonderful country. It was during the Baby Doc regime, so he really kept things under control. I'm told it's not a very nice place to be anymore.
No.
I spent then 6 months in Haiti, and then then I got a couple of weeks off, so they flew me home, and then back to where did I go after that? Then I went back to the Bahamas again, and that's when I met your mother-in-law.
She just came for vacation.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah. So
go on.
What do you want to know?
As much as you'll tell.
Well, she came down with her boyfriend.
Oh,
Yeah.
did she?
Yeah, yeah, and she denies that.
That they were together,
Let's just
or
go.
that?
Let's just,
Yeah,
what?
of course.
Fuck
Howard
it,
Stern.
Fuck it. Let's just go for it.
Yeah.
She denies that she was down there with her boyfriend. Although they were
She
staying-
just says it was a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently they had broken up.
were on a
Anyway,
break.
so
Yeah.
and we can even talk about weed now because it's legal.
Yeah,
So
completely legal. Yeah.
they wanted to smoke pot, and I had lots of pot because I lived there, and so we ended up partying in my room one night and just having a good time. And
Yeah.
I think there's several others there that they were there that night. And then, so we started hanging out. And then I think they ended up staying for like an extra week too, because they were just having so much fun. And I don't know.
Just hit it off.
Yeah, we hit it off.
could say.
Yeah. And then,
And she living?
yeah.
She was living here at the time.
No,
Or
she was living in Connecticut at the time.
Connecticut. Right.
So
right.
then we devised a plan, Sandy and I, to get John, her boyfriend. I'm not going to use any more Eric.
The kids will love that. They do this all the time.
I know they do.
Dad,
I
I'm
need
gonna
to-
have cereal.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
yeah,
you are having
yeah,
cereal.
go ahead and have cereal. So we devised a plan to get John a job there. So
Wait. So she came with her boyfriend
yes,
and then left.
Yeah,
And then you wanted to get her boyfriend a job at the resort you were at so that she would come back.
well, it didn't necessarily. No. We just wanted to get him a job. And I don't remember exactly when that happened, but anyway, we wanted to get John a job. So we got John the ability to do the tryout thing.
Yeah.
So Big John flew down, I don't know, maybe a couple of months later, I don't remember when it was. And I hung out with John for like a week. Poor John, not knowing that I was receiving letters from his girlfriend at the time. And then
Dear John letters.
Dear John letters. And then, so after my time was up there, I flew to Connecticut for a little vacation.
Yeah. Rendezvous.
Yeah. So that's where we got a little closer. And then I left and flew home for a couple of a week or something. And then I flew back down to my next place, which was Guadalupe, I think. And I had had enough of the sun at that point.
Oh, yeah.
I really wanted to go to a
I've been
winter.
there.
I wanted to go. Yeah, I wanted to go to a winter resort. So
Where's Guadalupe?
it's in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
near south of near Martinique and
Okay.
sort of. I think it's a little bit west of the Virgin Islands.
Caribbean. Got it.
yeah.
And so they have winter resorts.
They
as
have
well.
winter resorts as well. And I wanted to go to Chamonix, France, with the guy that was actually my boss as the water ski. But anyway, I didn't get that. So I went. I think I stayed there for another month, and it was terrible. We had such great water skiing in Eleuthera, and then I was just bouncing through the waves all day long. It was disgusting, and I couldn't even water ski there. So I had enough. So I left and went back to Connecticut,
Connecticut.
and we got married the following June.
Yeah.
So like from October till June.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how long you knew Sandy.
Yeah.
And you got married.
Yeah.
Like, so how many? That's like 6 months? No.
Well, no, it was longer than that because it was. I think it was just under a year that I knew her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
But
awesome.
it was love, so
Yeah.
why not?
Love is love.
Right. So that's that.
But okay, so one thing I wanted to ask, because down at these in Club Med,
Yes.
there was probably a lot of middle-aged women coming down there, and
Middle-aged women.
and you were a young bachelor, full head of hair. Were there any propositions that were maybe outside of your job description
My scope.
that came along that you may or may not have fulfilled?
Wow. We're really.
Did-
We've really peeling the
were
layers
you-
off the onion.
And
here.
were you tipped for these propositions?
What are you saying?
I think I'm asking kind of if you could describe part of your time down there as like a gigolo, or
Oh, no.
were there any offers though?
There were offers.
There were offers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
there
don't
were.
have to say anymore, but I would
Good.
just assume so. At a place like that,
Yeah.
even now going to these resorts in Mexico or whatever, you see the guys working there and
Yeah.
see some of the
Yeah.
the older women going down and
I'll just say this, and this is as far as there was a rather well-known person.
champagne room.
No, one well-known person, very prominent person, or the wife of that had actually offered to make compensation. And I just no.
Really?
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
And I remember the first night that this person got there, and I was at the bar, and she was, I was just explaining it was her first time at a Club Med, and I said,
did you know who she was?
No,
Or who
not at the,
her
not at the,
husband was?
Nah, not at that time, but
No.
afterwards. Later on I did. But anyway, I remember she was asking me about the resort, and I said, "Well, you do this," and I said, "Well, then you can go water ski, and you can go sailing, and the windsurfing is fantastic, and then we've got shows at night, and whatever the other stuff was going on." And then she looked at me and looked me straight in the eye and said, "Oh, wow, with all of that, when does anybody have any time to fuck?" And I said, "Well, I don't know what you find time." So anyway, she kind of latched on to me, but it was not
Was there because I'm sure you made some friends with your castmates or the other guys you worked with down there.
Yeah.
Was there?
I think I might have given a referral. Sorry.
Yeah,
to one of the other guys.
Was
that
there a guy that you were like,
They,
this is your
yeah, no, wait a minute. Yeah,
Is
no,
there a
actually,
guy
you,
like
you
that?
you need to go see. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You need to go, and his name was Jacques. Go see Jacques because he has no shame, and I
Go
think
see
that,
Jacques.
I think
Slip
that-
him a 20.
Yeah.
Tell him
So I
you
don't know.
want
I think that Jacques actually,
the Club Med special.
He took one for the team there.
Yeah.
Poor Jacques.
Good for him.
Good for you, Jacques.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's young, having fun.
Yeah.
As long as he's
exactly.
safe,
Yeah. Yeah,
hopefully.
exactly. Well, and this was pre AIDS days.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like Jacques would be the kind of guy who
Yeah.
would still be working there. Is that the case?
He may be. Yeah. You know that there was one guy, and his name is Hoy. He started working there, and I think it was his only the only job he ever had.
Yeah.
He was a tennis player, and he started playing and
cool.
teaching there in 1959, and he retired just a few years ago.
Man, I mean, if it's something you love, like, especially if you're actually playing tennis every day, right, and teaching people,
Doing what you love,
and you're in the sun, and yeah,
doing what you love.
then a few of these extras on the side, and you're happy.
Yeah, supplemental income.
got
Exactly.
everything you need.
Yeah. No, I was interested in that, so that was good for Jacques.
Yeah.
I bought him some bar beads.
So then you and Sandy,
Yeah.
had the wedding.
Yeah.
Quite the party, I heard.
It was.
And you said not too long after is when you got pregnant with Jamie.
We got married in 84. Jamie was born in
85.
85.
Yeah.
Ooh, you better get that right.
No, I just
We got married
sometimes
in June. And
she's
let's
a year
just so
older than me.
that just so we're clear, we got married in June, and Jamie was born in October of 85. So, yeah, it was more than 9 months later.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it wasn't shotgun wedding.
Yeah, no judging here. You know that.
No, exactly. Yeah, yeah, right.
And Jamie was born. You were in Connecticut for the first few years,
Yeah, we lived there till 90-ish.
90-ish.
90. Taylor was born 89. I think he was 2 or something. I think we moved back here in 92.
Anything you miss about living in the States?
No,
No,
not really.
I figured you would say that.
Yeah. No, you know what? Because we lived there a couple of times. We moved back there in 2001.
Yeah,
And at that point, I wanted to go back. But now that I've left this time, I don't want to live there.
yeah.
No, especially now. And we won't even get into that.
What was it back then that you wanted to go back?
I just, everything seemed like it was cheaper, and it was just nice to be
I can see
part of
that,
all of that. And it was just, I think we had a little bit more available to us.
Yeah.
You can travel within the country and go to Hawaii. So there was all of that.
But I can see that because housing, food, and booze are all cheaper down there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
That's a big
Those
big
are
cost.
those are the first three. Big three. I don't drink anymore, so booze is not really
Yeah, that's right.
a component
issue anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we live close anyway, so you can go across by a case
If
of
I,
beer
re-
and come back.
if I really wanted
if
to.
you need it.
If I needed to.
But you
Exactly.
won't.
Yeah, but I don't do that.
And because that was, so you went Connecticut over to Portland?
No, Connecticut here, and then
Oh, up
when
here.
we were here, and then we went to Portland in 2001.
Yeah. Okay. And that you were working with.
I was working for a paint company at the time. Yeah,
Sherwin-Williams.
Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
My guitar player from Pardon My Striptease, the redhead guy, don't know if you remember him. He worked with Sherwin-Williams for quite a few years.
Did he? Wow. Yeah. No,
Mix and
good,
paint.
Good. Yeah. No, it was a fun. That's when I was working there, and when I started doing yoga again, and because of what I did there, I was in the sort of the chemical arm of it all, and I just didn't like being around that chemicals anymore because I was trying to look after myself after.
So, because you used to party a bit back in Club Med days, and early on in your adult life, you enjoyed a few beers.
Later on in my adult life.
Later on in your adult life as well.
Yeah.
Where did this transition start, timeline wise? Like, how old were you? What were you doing? You said you were still at the paint company when you kind of cut out drinking, started doing more yoga, getting a bit more healthy.
Yeah. No, that was 10 years ago, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started to get healthy and lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
And I was feeling better than I had in years and years and years. So.
And was it just one day, no more drinking?
No, I cut right back
just
when
cut back.
when I first started taking and just as a practitioner, I cut back on drinking. I mean, beer was my go-to, and there's nothing like coming home at the end of the day and popping the top off of a cold one and throwing that back. And then I discovered club soda gives me the same effect. It's got bubbles in it. Who knew?
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until I went to yoga training that I was asked not to drink during that time for 9 weeks. So I figured, what the hell? And then I just stopped. And I never said to myself that I'm quitting. I'm just taking a break for now.
Yeah.
Now I probably will never ever drink again.
Who knows? But when you become a famous actor, start rubbing elbows with those guys.
Then I might have to really start boozing it up again.
Yeah, you might just have
so I'm saving it. Yeah.
So your yoga training
Yeah.
to become an instructor.
Yeah.
This was the Bikram training.
Yes.
Down in.
Yeah. Well, and we don't like to talk about Bikram
that's
so
right.
much anymore because there's some stigma.
Do we have an
attached to it.
update on that stuff? Anyways, I've been out of the loop.
Yeah,
but-
no, Bikram is not really a nice human being as a person, but what he brought to the world and with the yoga and the series, I be forever in his debt for that. But him as a person, we don't recognize him as an anything anymore. He's done some very unnice things to a lot of people. So
he developed this kind of yoga, this series of positions.
there's questions on whether he actually
or if he
developed
just
it or he just brought it to the world. But whatever, he was the messenger, so we'll give him credit for that. And maybe he did. I don't know. There's lots of stories out there.
And then, just quickly, there was a lot of allegations, and has he been convicted of harassment? And
Yeah, he's
abuse
never.
and-
It's never been. It's all been civil.
yeah, okay.
So
they've
whether
settled outside.
and then they settled some out of court, and so yeah, no, but the damage has been done,
Yeah.
and so he's outside of can't even go to the U.S. anymore. I think there's a warrant for his arrest because he didn't pay some settlements. But anyway, So anyway, the series is fantastic. It was life changing for me. I lost 50 pounds in 5 months, and it really changed and turned my life around. So I enjoy it. I love it. I still practice it
So
on
it
a
must
regular.
have been like just before I met you, kind of that this.
Yeah.
Or right?
When did you? When were?
Because
when
I've
did you come on
known
the scene?
Jamie for, well, she'll get mad again, 7 or 8 years or something like that. 6, 8,
You
9.
should make a little notepad or even in your phone there. Just start putting
The
some.
day we met.
Yeah, just so you've got it, because that'll be impressive.
Yeah.
Especially with Jamie, because she's pretty good with detail.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
so I don't know when it was. I think it was 2000. Well, I started in 2008.
Yeah. So it was
So
just before we met you.
2009, May of 2009, I was down 50 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Now I was fat, so it was gross.
Picture? No, maybe.
Maybe
We'll see.
That's what Facebook started it all.
Yeah.
right. My niece.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
niece started it all because she posted a picture of me sitting on the end of the dock with a beer in my hand and couldn't see my feet because my belly was in the way, and it was just disgusting. And it was on the internet,
Oh yeah.
and I thought, no, I can't have
Change that.
I need to fix that. So that was just my goal, was to fix that, and then who knew, the rest of it would all sort of fall into place.
So Jay and Sandy own a yoga studio here in White Rock.
Right.
Nourish Hot Yoga.
Nourish Hot Yoga. Yeah.
How many years has that been that you've owned the studio?
We've owned the studio for 7 years.
7 years.
What year is this? 19?
Yeah, 19.
It'll be 8 years in December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been a few times.
Even once.
Tried the hot class. Now I've been at least 3 times to the hot class.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, no.
Why not any more than that?
2 hot class and 1 was
what's the
what's
Pilates
this one?
class? The Pilates class?
Yeah. That one.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, the
why
Pilates
not?
class.
Let's why not anymore?
I really enjoy going to the gym
Yeah.
and lifting weights. Maybe it's just because that's what I'm used to and I'm kind of good at, and I don't know. I mean,
Because you're not now. The key word there is because you're not good at it.
yeah, maybe that
You
I'm
think
not
that
as
you're
good
not
at
good at it.
yoga. I'm good in the weight room.
See, but what you have to forget about is whether you're good or you're bad. You're there
Yeah.
and you're doing it.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. You gotta leave your. I'm not one of these incense and weird sounds kind of yogis, and I don't sit in the corner with little. I don't even know what that means. It's just you detach from all of that stuff. You just go and you do that, and you just be there in the moment. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I should try and do it more, and I keep
you
saying
should.
I would, but
I mean, I'll throw a membership your way if you're.
yeah, you know a guy
Yeah,
for the
do
for
it.
the free advertising
Yeah,
on the,
sure.
on the AC show
Yeah,
here.
in fact, maybe I don't know who. Yeah. Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah,
You
go
can talk to somebody.
Just go. Yeah, I got a guy.
And so for people who do want to try it, if they want to come out,
Yeah.
what kind of class schedules are we looking at?
Go online, nourishhotyoga.com/schedule.
Yeah, that
1
makes
month
sense.
introductory offer is for $59, I think. And if you mention this show, I'll give you $10 off. How's that?
Look at that.
For the first month. Woo. I'll make it up on the next month.
Yeah,
No, I won't.
use promo code the AC show.
The AC show. Could we do that? Can we make like a little thing that goes across the bottom?
That's I'll make it flash. It'll say Nourish Hot Yoga promo code.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. It won't work, but I mean,
It's just fun to talk about.
Yeah,
for
I
when
just wanna
people actually do
see it
start
there.
watching and
Yeah.
listening to this.
yeah. No, it's fun, and it's for everybody. Safe for everybody.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is I think a lot of people worry about the heat and say, "Oh, I'm too, I've got this going on and that," but you can make it safe for anybody, and
just take it easy.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. The
Yeah.
first couple times I
Yeah.
came in, and
Yeah.
you guys are walking around checking on everyone, especially if you know they're new.
Well, and just like you said before, I'm not very. You alluded to that you're not very good at it. That's why you don't like it. But that doesn't matter. You got to take it easy, especially as dudes. Guys,
Yeah.
they go in there. They work. We see it happen all the time. We got real strong young guys coming in there with their girlfriends, and the girlfriend will be rocking it out, and so will the old lady in front of them. And the dudes they're struggling because they're trying to keep up with everybody else. You don't do that. You just got to take it easy.
Yeah,
I was on the floor crying like a baby for most of my first class, but I went back.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's definitely a different experience.
yeah.
And it gets you in shape.
Sure it
That's
does.
right.
Yeah. No, it's good stuff.
What you say? It's the BC Lions guy.
Yeah, we've got to have some Lions come through, and
Yeah.
and there's lots of famous athletes that do the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Maybe you guys don't even know who he is now, but he was one of the first sort of famous athletes that did it.
Really?
And the list goes on and on. Lady Gaga is a big fan of it all. And what's the name of the Australian or the British tennis player that just won the Wimbledon the last couple of years ago? I can't remember.
Murray, Andy Murray.
Andy Murray's a big
Yeah.
fan of it. There's a football player. What's his name?
Might get you to stop doing that.
Oh, sorry. Was that making a noise? I'm starting to fidget a little bit. I'll have some water instead.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah. So it's good. It really is.
It's huge. Yeah. And there's a few other classes we mentioned. The Pilates, hot Pilates that you do.
Hot Pilates is an exercise class.
Yeah.
A lot of people like it.
Sandy teaches that
Sandy,
one, right?
Sandy teaches that
Yeah.
as well. And then we also have a nice warm yin class that's sort of deep and stretch and music and incense and all that other stuff.
Oh yeah.
So we got something for everybody.
Yeah. Do you do that one often?
No.
Do you do any kind of
No.
meditation stuff or?
Nah, I don't do anything that's like, this is my meditation where I'm sitting in a corner right now. Like I probably meditate a lot, but I can do more of a physical meditation, like when I'm going for a run through the forest.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
meditation for me.
Okay.
The
And is
yoga-
that
the
kind
yo-
of widely accepted as meditation for people, or
Sure.
in the classical sense, I guess? Like, do people accept that and say, yeah, you can meditate doing whatever?
Oh God, yeah. You can
Yeah.
you can meditate anytime.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never taken a meditation class where
Yeah,
this is how you do it, but I just know that when I'm running through the forest, I'm meditating, and that's what's wonderful about the yoga that we teach, is because you do the exact same postures all the time in the same order. You don't have to think about, what the hell are we doing now? You can just what you're doing now. And
that's when you
that
can
frees your
start-
mind to start doing
relaxing a bit.
the other stuff within it, and that's far more brilliant for me. And even if it's just for a split second that you get to the sort of your ultimate depth within the thing where you're about to fall down or you're whatever,
Yeah.
just that split second of something. I don't even know what it is. That's the meditation right there.
Yeah.
For
that's
me,
cool. Yeah.
and a lot of people, not everybody.
Yeah.
Some people need to sit in a corner of the room with incense and candles and some sort of music.
I tried that once. When I was traveling around Australia, I met this girl, Serena. I'm not sure if I talked about her before, but she was very into
Picture?
yoga.
Picture.
Yeah,
Picture
picture coming
inserted
up.
here.
Okay.
Okay.
And one of her best friends she was living in New Zealand. So I was over there with her for a little bit.
Yeah.
And she was a yogi, and we went to her house and sat for 45 minutes or an hour or something, and just did nothing. I was struggling. I was like,
guess.
"Ooh." Well, I was
You
trying to
probably
sit
had other ideas.
cross-legged, and I couldn't.
Yeah, and that hurts.
And just trying to sit there, and it was weird.
And how old were you then?
Like 20.
Yeah, see, you at 20, the only reason you went there was because you're 20 and
Yeah.
no, exactly. I get,
Like,
I get you.
Yoga pants?
Yeah, no, I can do that for a couple of minutes, and then when are we going to do the other stuff? Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Yeah, Nourish Hot Yoga. Make sure you check it out if you're ever around White Rock.
Yeah, right on
what
Johnson.
about? So we need to talk a little music.
Yeah.
You said you're in a big Metallica kick right now.
Well, yeah, I go through phases, and Jamie can attest to this. I've gone through it all. I mean, I've always been sort of a rock guy.
Yeah.
But I'll admit that I've got some what's been called red light music, where if you're jamming in the car, when you pull up to a red light, you turn it down because you don't want anybody else to know that you're listening to it.
Yeah.
I've got a few of those as well. Sure, yeah.
Like.
Michael Jackson, I do like.
All right.
Exactly. That's got the beat. But anyway, there's lots of them. But no, right now I'm kind of on a Metallica kick.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I did a couple. I only do a couple of their acoustic ones. Well, the one. Have you checked out their cover of "Turn the Page," the Bob Seger tune?
No.
They do a great job of that. Because you
Yeah.
were playing Whiskey in the Jar.
Whiskey
before.
in the Jar. Yeah.
St.
And
Patrick's Day
then I
coming
went.
up.
Well, exactly. And you know what? Then I went back and I listened to all of the other versions of that that have been done over the years.
Yeah.
Like Thin Lizzy was the first one to sort of make it rock.
Okay. I don't
And
know.
that,
If
I
I've
think
heard
that was
one.
back
Yeah.
in the. I think they might have done that in the late '60s, maybe '70s.
Yeah.
You know what Thin Lizzy is, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boys Are Back in Town.
Yeah.
And there's an Irish Rovers version of it
Yeah, of
from
course,
from the
the
late
actual classic.
'60s, but and it was done even before that. So
Yeah.
it's fantastic. You can take something, especially like an Irish. I mean, those things are just so
Yeah.
defined in the way they do them. And then what Metallica did with it is
Yeah.
woo.
Well, same
And-
with Turn the Page. You'll
Yeah.
have to check that one.
Yeah,
out.
no, it's great. I'm a big Bob Seger fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of my first albums that I ever bought.
Night Moves?
Night Moves.
There you go.
Yeah, in fact, I still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Like
got
the vinyl?
A vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Taylor, or
That's a
maybe
good one.
Taylor took it.
Probably.
Taylor came and cleaned out a lot of my vinyl
Yeah.
that's been living in milk crates in our crawl space.
Yeah. Like he's selling them. You think he's in some trouble, trying to make some money?
Yeah, no, I'm sure he's doing okay. He just because he bought one of those USB
Record
turntables
players,
and he's
that's
playing.
cool.
With it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I think-
Scratching them all up.
Yeah, no, you don't do that. What's wrong with you?
Jamie always speaks highly, and she says she gets her great musical taste from you.
Well, I'm happy that, and she's told me that, and I'm happy to hear that because I think I've got a pretty diverse taste in music, and it's kind of all over the place. And I do go through some. In fact, she wanted me to point out that I did go through a bit of a new age phase back in the mid '90s.
She mentioned a band that I don't think I.
Andreas Vollenweider.
Yeah. What is this?
Caverna
Yeah.
Magic. Caverna
Magica.
Magica. Yeah. It's in fact. Could we do that? Can we play like a little taste of it?
We're not really supposed to.
Oh, so I better not do it then.
We'll tell the people to check it out afterwards.
Yeah. It was a European guy.
Yeah. Like dance music?
No. It's new age.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't even know what that means.
Me neither. That's why
But
I'm
that's
asking.
what it is. Yeah. Just go to your
New
new
age.
age. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Lots of harps, but kind of rocky
Okay.
over top of it.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's really good.
Yeah, we'll
play
check
some
some out
afterwards.
afterwards,
If
yeah.
we can't play it now, we'll
Yeah.
put some links in for you. It's kind of interesting stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a fusiony thing, but harpsichord even, and what's that
Yeah.
other little thing called with the auto harp? Auto harp.
Auto harp? Yeah.
Is that the weird little shaped thing that's got the little buttons on it and
Yeah.
a whole bunch of keys? Strings?
Accordion?
No. It's a flat thing
maybe it is
shaped
auto harp.
like almost. Yeah, it's an auto harp.
We'll find a picture of it for you.
Yeah, I'll insert link here. Yeah, it was good.
That's cool.
In fact,
Yeah,
I still have
still
some.
listen to
I
some
still
of
have some in my phone. Yeah, no, I've got a rather eclectic playlist in my phone.
If you had to pick like top three bands, are there some for sure that you know are on there, or is it tough to even?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I just to give you some. I mean, I'm always been a huge Eagles fan,
Yeah.
and
It's 3 big Eagles fans I've had on this podcast already.
you got to think about what the Eagles have done for music.
Yeah.
I mean, they started out as some of those stuff is almost countryish, and so they've been pretty diverse, and they're just such brilliant musicians. I mean,
Unreal,
there's no
yeah.
hype and no nonsense with them. It's all about music, and they're just such polished professionals. And it was a sad day when Glenn Fry passed away.
Yeah.
Taylor and I went and saw them last year without Glenn, and it just wasn't. It was good, but it just wasn't the same without him there, because he had just such a defined voice and the harmonies and everything that they did, and still considered themselves a bit of a rock band.
So Eagles.
Eagles?
In the top 3.
Yeah, and I like you. I'm a David Matthews fan. Although,
And I
and
thank
we've
you
had
for
this.
that,
Although I liked them back in the Butch Taylor days versus the little guitar player that they got there now,
Tim Reynolds.
I don't know,
Fantastic guitar player.
I'm sure he is, but they had a guy.
Freaky looking guy.
They had a guy that played with them. Shoot, can't remember his name. There was a guitar player. He was on. They did a concert in New York. The Concert for New York, I think it was called.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you have the DVD here?
Do we?
You must have, because we don't have it, and Jamie must have
Jamie
taken
stole
it.
it.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Scraggly looking, 60s-ish, looks like something that fell out of the 60s.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Cool.
And then with the keyboard, I think that they were more diverse there, and they kind of because they had some more almost jazzy in there with it. So anyway, that's my
Eagles?
take on Eagles.
Dave Matthews.
Dave Matthews. And here, let's go one more. My first probably big influence in music was Elton John.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go? He's coming next year.
You
It's
know,
gonna be pretty
I've
expensive,
seen
I
Elton.
bet.
I've seen Elton John a few times already,
It's probably
and
a bit
he's
better.
just he's God bless him. He's nearly he's got to be in his 70s now.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not. He's 70, whatever. He just doesn't have the voice like he did, and so you get that point where you just remember him when he was. That was my
I don't know
first.
how he does it with his little
Tiny
stumpy
hands
little,
and stumpy little fingers. I know.
around
Yeah, I know. That was my
Unreal.
first big concert. Small town Kamloops guy got invited to go and to a friend that bought me a ticket for Elton John at the PNE when I was 15. I was just a small little fish in that gigantic.
And did you appreciate you?
Oh yeah.
You were a fan back then.
Oh, he was a huge fan back
Yeah,
then.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
No, that was my first. I had all kinds of 8 tracks
Yeah.
of Elton John.
Cool.
You know what those are?
Yeah.
Yeah. you had to put a little match underneath them just because
I don't know how
sometimes
they
they would
work,
play
but
two
yeah.
tracks at a time.
Oh yeah.
Back in those days, yeah, and I had lots and lots of 8 tracks,
There you
which
go.
probably I stole from my older brothers.
Yeah.
So their music kind of influenced me. I remember having a Gigalo band was another good one back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, if you had to pick a favorite song ever, and I've asked all my guests to do this,
Favorite song.
and you have to just pick one, even if it's tied with a bunch of other ones. I just want you to name one.
One
And then I have to pick another one of my favorites where I've listed off 5 or so already. But
favorite song of all time.
yeah.
I don't want there to be a bunch of dead space, but I don't want to make sure that I get
Get it right.
the right thing here. Yeah.
Well, I'll give mine first
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
And so this is it's like one of my top 20 that I have because I'm allowed to do that because it's my show.
Sure.
But Dave Matthews one, and I know I don't know if you'll like this one or not, but it's and now for some reason I can't even think of the name.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Grace is Gone.
I don't know which one that is.
Yeah.
Is that something new?
It can't be that new because when I met Jamie, but I guess that's relatively new for him.
Yeah.
But it was out when I met Jamie, and that was 8 years ago. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's probably one that I know.
yeah.
I don't remember the song though.
I'll play it for you. It's a slower acoustic one.
Is it?
But yeah, really beautiful. Okay, so
I mean,
now
I probably Hotel California
what
is
my last guess,
yeah.
Fitzy,
Yeah.
radio show host. It was a pretty good interview. You should check that one out.
I will. Oh, I've got to check them all out now.
And
Apparently.
his favorite song of all time
Yeah.
is Hotel California.
It's a pretty damn good song.
And he said the best is the live version from When Hell Freezes Over, something like
That's
that.
a very, very good one.
Yeah.
I also like the one from the Australian concert that it's a DVD that's out, and they've got these really cool horn players in it.
Oh, yeah.
And it starts out just with horns, and it goes really, really slow.
Horns
and
make everything better.
oh yeah, well, as does banjo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... I don't know if it could make
We brought
everything
that all
better.
the way around again and got back to the banjo.
Back to the band. Hotel California.
No,
There you go.
Hotel. Yeah, no. I mean, there's just so much going on there.
Do you have any
And
strong opinions on what the song's about?
No.
No.
No, you know what? I'm one of those guys
more
that
the
doesn't
music
know.
stuff.
No, exactly. I'm just.
You don't
I
need to know.
I don't know lyrics. I'm one of those guys that has no idea what the song is about, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with it too.
Yeah.
I don't care too much what
Yeah.
songs are about. I like the lyrics. I enjoy more how they're sung and how they fit together.
Yeah.
But
You know what? I want to throw Journey in there somewhere
Yeah.
too, because Journey had they had a lot of stuff going on back in the original Journey with Steve Perry.
when I was young and dumb, I entered a karaoke contest.
Yeah.
This is my journey story
Yeah.
and why I was always against the song "Don't Stop Believin'" because I made it to the finals with one other lady.
Yeah.
And she sang "Don't Stop Believin',"
Right.
and I sang something else, and
Right.
she ended up winning.
Oh.
And I was like, I
that'd be a
hate
little
that song.
sour.
I hate
Yeah.
Journey.
Yeah, no, it was
now
one of
I'm
the
over
best. It was Sandy and I went and saw Journey back in I don't know when it was, probably 90 maybe.
Yeah.
And remember what was the name of the guy on American Idol, the original guy that the
Simon Cowell.
no the
Randy?
the what did he call everybody? Dog.
Dog.
The dog
Randy.
guy.
Yeah.
Randy Jackson.
Randy Jackson.
Played with Journey.
Nice.
I think he was
he
a
play bass?
bass player.
Yeah, you could just look at him and
And
know that
I
he's a bass
remember,
player.
yeah, right. Well, I remember him, and this would had to be this was early '90s. He had that fro that went like straight up and sort of cut like it looked like a weird little hat.
Yeah.
And he was wearing the original yoga pants with like tight spandex pants.
Really?
And he had a big ass and fat legs and chubby belly and a t-shirt on. And I remember Sandy and I watched him. And we sort of chuckled about, look at this guy, he's entertaining and he's just having fun. He's got a big ass and he doesn't care. And you can say that because it's a dude.
Yeah.
He and then I found out that he was in the band. Then we realized it was him. So I went back and looked at an old video, and there he is. Sure as shit, that's Randy Jackson.
Randy
Yeah,
Jackson.
but they put on a hell of a show back then.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I missed out, and you don't see a lot of those kind of shows anymore with some of the bands around. I think it's more the underground stuff you'd find, with everything. Everyone's worried about being so extremely polished and sounding perfect. And
Yeah.
I think you lose a lot of that feel with those really really cool shows.
They think that it's the rawness of it.
Yeah.
Like they're just so overly computerized and auto-tuned and all of that other stuff that's going on. You maybe miss out on just some of the raw. I mean, in order for them to sound good back then, they had to be really, really good.
Yeah.
And now you can probably get away with a little bit more.
A little less. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be wrapping up here.
Really?
This is.
I just
told
got
you.
here. I just sat down.
I know, but I can only do around an hour.
I can go another hour.
I know.
What time
right?
is it?
We'll have you
What time
back.
did we start?
We started at 1:00.
Holy shit! Look at that.
I know.
Hour and 15 minutes.
Right? It flies by.
Flies.
So once you watch all other 8 episodes, then I'll have you back.
I can come back and then we can talk about all of the stuff that I missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was great. I'm glad you stopped by. I'm glad you let me marry your daughter.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm glad you did too.
Yeah, I think it's working out.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
very pregnant this week. I'll tell you that.
No kidding.
But
Yeah, and I came over last night and I
Yeah.
thought, oh my goodness, where did all of that come from?
yeah, so
That's our boy in there.
yeah, I know. Yeah, stoked about that. Eh?
I still tell this story and it I loved the way you did the reveal.
Yeah, with the golf ball. I showed it on the first.
You
or on
did,
the
yeah.
second
That was the
episode.
best thing ever because what did we do? We had a piece of cake or something one time.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of because half the people had already eaten their cake and they knew what it was. So there was a delay in knowing. This is instantaneous.
Yeah,
Puff of blue smoke.
that's like genuine excitement.
Yeah,
you hear out of
no, that was a
everybody.
good thing. That was I have the little video on my phone. I show
Yeah.
people all the time.
I know. Yeah, me too.
So I'm
awesome.
happy to that you did that.
So there you go. A full episode of Family Time with my father-in-law, Jay Braithwaite, local business owner, Nourish, Hot Yoga,
Right.
.com,
Yeah.
right?
Schedule.
Schedule.
I did it on the
Check it out.
schedule. Yeah,
Be
exactly.
there.
Come on down.
If you've enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe to head to my YouTube and subscribe to the channel. And if you're just on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, find me on Instagram at Andrew Christopher Music, and check it out next week. Is that song?
It's the Andrew Christopher.
Every Sunday,
What? What do you mean?
new episode. Every Sunday.
Oh, this is coming out on Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, so I gotta wait until then?
Yeah, you do.
Can I just see like clips of it?
Not really.
No. I'll wait. Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Really call it the AC show. It's the AC show. It's the AC show with AC, your host. Check it out.